Yes, it was a night of annihilation. It was a night of draw. It was a night of a superb football. Yes, a 6-goal thriller in one of the game, and then 4 goals thriller in a tally of 10 goals in the night in the UEFA Champions League. Two different stadiums, two different draws, four big in two different huge. Real Madrid versus Manchester City, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Harry returns to London, a penalty, sure, but still not enough. Bayern Munich ahead in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League quarterfinal games. Later tonight in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinal games, Borussia Dortmund versus Atletico Bilbao. It will be Borussia Dortmund will slug it out, while Atletico Madrid will be hoping that they take it off from Borussia Dortmund. Paris Saint-Germain will host FC Barcelona, a team that took out Lionel Messi to France. The same two teams that have played the world best player in their shows. They'll be slugging it out in the first stage, in the first quarterfinal leg out there in Paris, France. Where they'll be running out riot. Would we be seeing another set of draw soup, or is it going to be a different encounter? All right, let's quickly go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue. Don't touch that. Yes. All right, yes, welcome back. Now, quickly, let's go straight at this. The first story, we'll be starting with the local scene before we move to the international scene, where we'll be dishing out all those stories and how it went down in the UEFA Champions League. Now, let's start with the local story, where each team in Nigeria, Atletico, will get a whooping sum of 50,000 US dollars if they clinch the gold medal at the upcoming Olympic Games in Paris 2024. Athletics on Wednesday announced it will become the first international federation to award prize money at an Olympic Games, financially rewarding athletes for achieving the pinnacle of sporting success, starting at these Summer Olympic Games in Paris. A total prize pot of 2.4 million US dollars has been received from the International Olympic Committee's revenue share allocation, which is received by award athletes every 4 years. This will be used to reward athletes and to win gold medal shows. And the a total sum of 50 US dollars is what is set to be the payment of the prize money, and that will depend on the World Athlete ratification processes, including athletes undergoing and clearing the unusual anti-doping procedures. Each Olympic champions will receive 50,000 US dollars. Relay team will receive the same amount to be shared among the team in the shows of athletics in Paris out there. All right, let's leave that shows. Let's come back to Nigeria now. We start off with the Honorable Minister of Sport, Development, Senator John Ona Eno, as he salutes the Super Falcons Nigeria for qualifying for the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris after edging South Africa over 2 legs. And the minister commended the team for their bold, energetic, and tireless performance that earned them a goalless draw in the Pretoria and a 1-0 win over 2 legs following the win in Abuja last week. With the result, Nigeria broke the 16-year jinx of absence from the Olympics since 2008, securing a qualification against their arch rivals, South Africa. Eno expressed immense pride in the Super Falcons' achievement, highlighting their performance deserved nothing short than the ticket to Paris. He also extended his felicitation to the coaching staff, players, and all Nigerians, stating that this win is for the country. And he added all hands must be on deck as they prepare to represent Nigeria with pride and determination in Paris 2024 Olympics. All right, let's go. Still maintain the shows of this Nigeria and South African game as the coach of Bayern of South Africa, Desire Ellis, has revealed the reason behind their loss to Nigeria. Despite dominating the second leg game of the Pretorian side, the African champions were unable to get a required result against the Falcons. Ellis said that they started poorly against the Nigerians and also failed to redeem their chances. All right, now it was a day it was a day not to forget for the Atlas Lions of Morocco as late on Tuesday night as they turned to sorrow after they failed to reach the Olympics despite their first leg feat. Now the North African produced a more magnificent performance in the first leg in Lusaka, picking a vital 2-1 win. They were confident going into the second leg at home in front of their own vociferous crowd in Rabat, Morocco. It was never meant to be, but the game stood goalless until the 90th minute when the tide turned in favor of the Zambians when they were awarded the penalty in the 96th minute, which was well converted by Bar. The second goal a few minutes later to silence the home crowd, and in Zambia a 2-3 win on aggregate. It means Zambia joined Eagles as the Super Falcons, who had earlier in the day edged the Bayern of South Africa 1-0 on aggregate. Today's team Zambia, and also lost team Nigeria women's cricket now. Yellow-green is among the team invited to take part in the 2024 Kwebuka T20 tournament slated in Kigali, Rwanda later this year. Now the Nigerian side played in the 2023 edition of the championship and also finished in the 4th position after they lost to Kenya in the 3rd place playoff. And now the 10th edition of the annual competition is scheduled for May 27 and will run through June 8 at Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. Other teams are confirmed for the competition includes Uganda, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, Cameroon, and the host country, Rwanda. All right, now this was the African shows. Now let's quickly go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be looking more. Right, welcome back from that quick break. Now, also don't forget that you can reach us direct on YouTube and also on Facebook. This is a P&B Sport right here on your number one star Politics and Business TV. My name still remains Ruben Musago. Now let's go straight to world football, where we'll start up with athletics first before football. World Athletics announced it will become the first international federation to award prize money, just like I earlier told you, at the Olympic Games. And the global governing body said the total prize of $2.4 million has been made available for this summer in Paris. Now every medalist is receiving $50,000. These will be extended to silver and also bronze medalists at the Los Angeles 2028 World Athletic President Lord CEO called the decision a pivotal moment. Yes, 48 athlete event Paris with a really gold medalists to share their prize money among the team. Award athlete said that the format and structure of a prize money for the 2028 games would be announced nearer the time. It added that the payment of depend on athletes undergoing and clearing their usual anti-doping procedures, given the Olympic origins as an amateur sport event. And the International Olympic Committee, IOC, does not award prize money but distribute funding through International Federation and National Olympic Committees. Some Olympic committees offer financial rewards also to their medalists, though the British Olympic Association, so the IOC is yet to comment on the World Athletic announcement anytime soon. Well, that will be a good one, and we hope everything comes to normalcy, and how we see all of these awards, the rewarding awards, probably financial awards or other kind of awards are coming for athletes who have actually made impact in most of these international games. Now let's go straight to golf, where Tiger Woods says he's still capable of winning the 6 green jacket and 16 if everything comes together at these weeks Masters. Now, Woods has barely played a competitive golf since having injury last April after withdrawing in the 3rd round of last year's Masters. Now, the 48-year-old is chasing Jack Nicklaus' record of 6 Master wins and 18 major titles. The American schedule has been limited since he suffered a catalog of a series of injuries in a car crash in 2021. Wood returns to action following the last year's tournament at the Hero World Challenger in December, completing all 72 holes in the Bahamas, but was forced to withdraw from the Genesis invitation in February in California because of illness on the 7th hole of the 2nd round. He did not play in March Arnold Palmer Invitational, which he has won 8 times, and 8 times all the Players Championship at the PGA Tour's flagship event, which he has actually triumphed just twice in that one. Well, we hope to see that he wins the Masters to make it 6th time this time around. He's still agile, 48. He can do something. Now let's go back to football. Let's go back to the night where it all started last night. Let's go back to the Santiago Bernabeu. Let's go back to what happened. A 3-3 draw coming in the UEFA Champions League games as Foden, Bellingham and others got their shots, their names in the score sheet. Manager Pep Guardiola says and continues to praise Manchester City's ability to adapt quickly to chaos in their 3-3 first leg draw against Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinal games that went down on Tuesday night football. Older City took the lead in the 2nd minute with Bernardo Silva clearing snooker in 25-yard free kick around the wall and past goalkeeper Andre Lunin, about a deflected strike from Eduardo Camavinga, and Rodrigo helped 14-time European champions Real Madrid overturn the deficit at the Bernabeu. And he says, and I quote, "We were 2-1 down, playing here without much composure." Guardiola said that this game in the first 3 seasons together, we had have lost 4-1 or 5-1 as we were not stable emotionally. City, who won this competition for the first time last season as part of a historic treble, came into this game with Kevin De Bruyne on the bench after the Belgian midfielder fell ill before kick-off. Guardiola said one of the secrets to high levels is the adaptation quickly to chaos. There is no time to complain. You need time to learn on how we are more stable and hopeful in the future. I can do better and better. City had lacked quality in the final third until Phil Foden, who had been on the periphery of the game, found space just outside the area to turn and fire into the top corner to pull City level on a 3-3 draw. Moments later, left back Josko Caviod caught in and found at the far corner with a superb right shooter to score his first goal since joining City from RB Leipzig in the summer. However, Madrid equalized the stunning volley from Federico Valverde to set up an intriguing second leg tie on Wednesday, 17th of April at the Etihad Stadium, where City beat Real Madrid 4-0 in last season's semi-final games. All right, let's leave that shows now. Let's go straight up to Antonio Simeone, Diego Simeone, the head coach of Atletico Madrid, where he is saying Borussia Dortmund are the harder side. Now, Atletico Madrid could have drawn in the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals. Dortmund are fifth in the German Bundesliga and are competing in the last 8 of the UEFA Champions League for the first time since 2021. Now, Atletico Madrid, who are at home in the first leg, are seeking to reach the semi-finals for the first time since 2017. They have a lot of good qualities, according to the ex-international, Argentine international Simeone, who is the captain. He says they are, who is the coach, I beg your pardon, he says they are the hardest opponent to face Borussia Dortmund, especially away from home when 4 months they are the greater on the counter attack. They are very strong in the board box, and they are the most intense team in the last 8 of the competition. Borussia Dortmund coach Edin Terzic responds with praises for the Spanish side. He says the play that makes Atletico Madrid so successful is well known. He says they have implemented a new art of defending. It is not easy for any team in the world here. Netherlands forward Donin Malin is ruled out through illness for the visitors, while German midfielder Emre Can is also adapted with sickness from the man there. All right, to wish them luck. Now let's go back to London. It was a different ball game in London where Arsenal were leading, and all of a sudden the host of Hurricane came back to party as Hurricane returned to North London with a goal, as Arsenal Champions League hopes were left hanging in the balance after the fought out draw with Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals first leg at the Emirates Stadium in London. Hurricane returned to London with a whole parity to make point where Bukayo Saka as a low finish to put them Arsenal ahead after only 12 minutes. Now, Bayern believed belied their poor form in the Bundesliga to turn the game around before the break as former Arsenal forward Serge Gnabry swept home the equalizer 6 minutes later. And Hurricanes a moment arrived when William Saliba tripped Laurent Sané at the end of the blistering run. After that 2 minutes, the England captain stepped forward for the resulting penalty and silenced the Towns with his 15th goal in 20 appearances against Arsenal. Now, Mikel Arteta's side were not at their fluent best, but substitute Lisandro Trossard was the beneficiary of outstanding work by Gabriel Jesus to equalize. And Arsenal felt that they should have had a penalty in the final second stoppage time, but the referee waved away their appeal when Saka went down. He was challenged Manuel Neuer, who has just returned from injury. Now, the Gunners were arguably also fortunate not to concede a penalty themselves earlier in the half when Gabriel picked the ball up with his hands after the referee had signaled for a goal kick to be taken. Several Bayern players complained at the time about the referee swiftly waved their appeal away. The second leg is scheduled for Wednesday, April 17, 2024. We'll see how it goes down. All right, now let's go straight to transfer rumors coming in, and then we'll swap it up with fixtures of matches that will be going down later tonight. Tottenham Hotspurs are monitoring Atletico Bilbao. 21-year-old Spaniard forward Nico Williams was for £2.8 million release clause in his contract. Williams could stay for another season at Atletico Bilbao before Barcelona try to sign in him in 2025. Now, Newcastle United's 27-year-old Brazil midfielder Joelinton is close to signing a new contract. And France defender Rafael Varane and Brazil midfielder Casemiro are expected to head the list of players of Manchester United's offloader in the summer. Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona are interested in Liverpool's old Colombian forward Luis Diaz. Chelsea could sell 11 players this summer, including 24-year-old England Conor Gallagher and 22-year-old Armenian striker Armando Broja, who is on loan currently in Fulham. And Manchester United's 22-year-old English striker Mason Greenwood, who is on loan at Getafe, is one of Juventus' transfer targets this summer. and Manchester City are interested in Wolves. Portugal winger Pedro Neto, but faces competition from clubs in Saudi Arabia. Now, Crystal Palace and Fulham are looking into a move for Union Berlin's 25-year-old Dutch defender Danilo De Cui. Real Madrid and Brazil forward Rodrigo says he turned down a move to Liverpool in 2017 after they had a €3 million offer accepted by Santos. And Arsenal will compete with Manchester United to take on João Gomez of Wolverhampton. And Liverpool are interested in Bayern Leverkusen's 23-year-old Netherlands defender Jermaine Frimpong, meaning Alexander-Arnold could have moved into the midfield terrain for next summer if they are to sign him. And Manchester United have not agreed a compensational deal with Newcastle for Dan Ashworth and may have to wait months before they can appoint him as their sporting director. This is how the rumors or the gossip has gone down. So far, so good today in the Wednesday gossip. Now let's look at fixtures of matches. Those two games that will be going down later tonight in the UEFA Champions League, as we'll be seeing Paris Saint-Germain hosting Barcelona. Two teams without Lionel Messi. Two teams where Lionel Messi played. He played in France in Paris Saint-Germain not a couple of seasons ago, and he played all his career in Barcelona. 8 p.m. that match will come your way later tonight in the UEFA Champions League games. And then the second game is that of Atletico Madrid at home in San Marino out there in Spain to face off arch rivals from Germany, Borussia Dortmund. All right, this is the size of the package. Is beautiful moment right here on your number one style Politics and Business TV. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for another exciting moment at the Thursday edition. My name has been Ridwan Musago RMD. I'm saying you have a blessed sporting moment. Bye for now.